We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Houston Texans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From the end zone, here's Devin Tompkins. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
They're on 21-yard line.
Herbert to throw right away. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Justin Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Herbert now. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
While you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays that we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
On the jump. Big Lion.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Miller. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Stroud. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. This one caught by Davis. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. He'll get just a yard on the scramble and 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he can make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it to Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers 7, Texans nothing. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Stroud. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
A first down carry now for Miller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 45 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. Touchdown, Texans! Nico Collins, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you...
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Hey, check that. Street. Ready, right?
Inside handoff now, Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you get the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
18, 5 here.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Houston. Kendre Miller with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just call the running play looking to get a few yards. But he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone, powering his way forward. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards.
And not only does Justin Herbert have one of the biggest arms in the game, I don't know that anyone throws a prettier pass. Every time he throws the football, I just want to slow it down and have it be a highlight type of a throw. And oftentimes it is, just as we saw there.
that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Eckler, they run left side. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Quentin Johnston, 30 yards. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Chargers 14. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you gotta like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete.
The Texans had 8 and 3 now. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Back to 60, back to 60. Go.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
107 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers. Ready.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Stroud looking to throw.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Kendre Miller.
His 21st touchdown. touchdown of the season.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Hey, Kaplan, 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 Kaplan.
Herbert on first down now.
Finds Johnston.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage. Have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Here's Herbert. Throws right side, and that's complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TV.
An Excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A very solid gain of 27. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Go.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Now a deep one for Johnston.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a handoff to Miller. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3rd and 4.
Mustang 19. 19 light.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he is going to have a Texans first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go. Panther Street. Panther Street. Ready.
Here's a give to Miller.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. Stroud now. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Right there.
A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide.
Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 27-yard line.
And they'll send Kupp in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
The throwing again is Stroud.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Miller. Fights him off. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll run it again with Miller. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown.
Kendre Miller.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
42. Chargers 14.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Here's Herbert now on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Ready, set. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat, go.
On the counter, it's Miller. And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a third.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight. All the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Now a deep one for Johnston.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Herbert will give this one to...
And he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Here we go.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. Option right, here's Stroud.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit.
159 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Miller, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
On the jump.
They'll run on first down. It's Miller, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here we go.
And they take a knee. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Third down and 10.
On the ball, on the ball.
Here's Miller on the read option.
He's still barreling through. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Second and 11.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
They run the counter. Miller, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
Ready, ready.
Now it's Miller running right. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
On second and 10, the ball back with Herbert. under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Will Anderson
Able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Houston, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for